Hey everyone, today we got again Object 268 version 5. Why again? Because 1 year ago or half year ago, I already uploaded about Object 268 version 5 with the free Mar game. But today I'm gonna upload again the video about this actually good tank. You can say whatever you want, for me it's a good tank. Up to 100%, and we're gonna talk about the field modifications, positioning, equipment, ammo, and what this tank is capable. Right, so let's jump to the battle and let's see what he's capable. Right, so the first map we got Oster Bay map. Can't pronounce that correctly, but anyway, this map is quite difficult to actually farm, in my opinion, after the changes, but once again, we're gonna try to farm as much as possible. And we got a tier 10 matchmaking, and in this situation, obviously, we're gonna stay in the back and not gonna brawl, because this tank has not a huge amount of armors, trust me. Later on we're gonna show you what I'm talking about. But in this situation I'm gonna be a passive triangle. I'm not gonna brawl, and usually I'm actually brawling with this tank because of just one very important factor, which is 360 degree turret. Can turn 360, which is amazing. Amazing feature. There is not many tanks in the game which has this ability, so keep that in mind. It's already bright side about this tank, but yeah, so we're gonna stay in the back, we're gonna try to be passive, and we're gonna try to avoid getting blind shots from enemies. So we're gonna just sit here. You can see STRV sitting in a casual bush, so to get blind shot is like that basically. But anyway, we're gonna sit here, we're gonna use the equipment, which is the standard equipment except the turbo. So we got a turbo, rammer, and gun rotation. I think so this setup is really pretty good for this tank because the turret reverse speed is really super slow. Trust me, it's slow. And with this setup, it was working really super good. I'm not gonna lie. Although, that was a blind shot by the way. Although, if I would go with the tryhard setup, I would definitely play with the experimental level 3 turbo, rammer more likely, or bone vents instead of rammer, and convertation, bond. That would be my main setup. But yeah, that was a second blind shot by the way, more likely, or maybe not. So yeah, after this kind of setup and camping a little bit in the back, this tank is capable to push forwards, and I really love the fact that he got a 360 turret, and because in this kind of situations you can push forwards, right? And for example, if you got an E3 or E4, although E4 can turn 180, right? But this tank can turn all 360, so you can pick sideways, you can pick with even reverse or whatever, it's always gonna work. So we're gonna push forwards in this situation, and we're gonna try to provide or even get some assistance while pushing in the front, and this tank is capable to do that. You got plenty of HP as well, over 2000, and as you can see, we're getting to the position, and then we caught FV in the bush and gave him a straightaway 891 alpha shot. And this tank shells are actually amazing in my opinion. The standard rounds has a 303mm penetration, which is a mind-blowing standard round penetration. That's why I wasn't struggle, trust me, when I was marking this tank without gold, I wasn't struggle at all without gold. And it has a 750 alpha with quite slow shell velocity, 950. That's one of the reasons why I had the perk to increase my shell velocity. Because, for example, if you guys would use the heat rounds, it's only 760 shell velocity. That's pretty low. So it flies like arty shells. So I think so the perk to increase your shell velocity is pretty good. And the heat rounds are nearly 400 penetration, which is 395. It is pretty awesome. And on top of that, the most juicy one is 90mm 1100 alpha high explosions, which is a beautiful shells. I used that shells multiple times, and multiple times it worked really super well. And when you're penetrating 7 for 1.1, 1.2, 1000, it is so beautiful. Trust me. And in my opinion, this tank gun is pretty good. For 750 alpha, it's pretty good, or trust me. Well, you hit those kind of shots, so I think so. That's pretty good. Obviously, it can be derpy, and you need time a little bit to aim. Although with this setup, keep that in mind. I got a gun rotation and turbo with the rammer. Although you can increase this gun much more, trust me. And we're gonna talk about my second setup or layout, which probably will make sense, but that's in the future. So yeah, sitting in this kind of bush, and look, fully traverse turret. You don't need to angle your whole tank to get an angle to shoot the enemies, which is a bright side and very flexible tank. And honestly, that's a, I don't know, really good future, honestly. You don't need to angle, you don't need to think about it. You just sit over here next to the rock and that's it. If you want to pick with different kind of tanks, with Grille for example, you will have to expose more likely a whole tank to actually have a shot, or whatever else. So yeah, as you can see, it's 5 to 9, 10,000 difference. So we're still sitting in the same bush, because there is no point to brawl or push forward heavy line. We're just gonna sit here and try to get as much as possible used till the end of the game. And Rhino getting spotted in the middle of open, we're getting some assistance, giving him one shot to the side. And I don't know, but for me also one interesting thing is, maybe I'm just me, right? But this tank gun always high roll or low roll, he's alpha. It's very rare that actually will be like 600 alpha, right? Not right. For example, DBV recently we played, so often I was getting low rolls. It's just amazing. Maybe just RNG, right? Or maybe just me. It's already 7 to 11. We're down by 4 tanks and 2 of them are artillery. So I think so there's a very small chance to win this game. Although we're taking out E3 from the game. We're getting spotted, fortunately. And we need to rotate. We need to rotate and run away as soon as possible. We're losing RT. We still got a light tank in the game. But in this situation, there is no chance probably to win. Unless we're gonna ammo rock every single one. And we're gonna snapshot every single one. But that is too much dangerous tanks. And what I'm gonna try to do in this kind of situation is just rotate, try to get the red line, and save myself or get in a hold down to get an extra 1 or 2 shots. And if anything will be great, right? We're picking like Oompa Loompa, we're giving ST2 easy shot, we're giving VZ55 easy shot. No one from enemy actually giving us an easy shot, which is unfortunate. Usually, every single time when there is a last remaining tank on enemy, I'm trying to give as much as possible HP because he's the last remaining getting shot, but it is what it is. No extra shot for us, and we're finishing with 4,000 damage and 300 assistance. Well, instead of 4,000, make it 5,600 because we did some blind shots, as I told you. Monticore took the blind shot, FV took the blind shot, and I don't even know, someone else also took the blind shot, probably. Instead of 4,000, we got 5,600, and that was a beautiful game. So, the next battle going to be mines. And yeah, once again, in this same situation, we're gonna use the same equipment. This equipment is for close range battles, right? Same as the previous game, it was a quite kind of close range. It's not big map. It wasn't big map for previous game, not big map for this one as well. So in this situation, we're gonna try to take this new, even better position, which was already a great position, but Wargaming decided to make it even more OP. So this position now has a bush. Before it has rocks to cover you. Now it has a bush on top of that. So you got a bush where you won't get spotted, and the rocks which will make your inner hole down. So feel free to use that position, and trust me, it's very strong position. And just like that, we got already 2,500 combined. 2 shots, one on Leo, one on a light tank, and we got a beautiful 1,000 assistance. And trust me, that position works super great. Super great. It was working before. I don't know why they buff it, to be fair, but yeah, who am I? But once again, you know, if that position doesn't work anymore, you just go forwards. And if you look at the minimap, it's 42 already, and that can be very nasty game because enemy melting. Enemy is melting. They lost the hill. They lost the one line, so it's gonna be rough for them. Definitely, it's gonna be rough for them. I love to use this position as well because this position can work super great if you got a V range, or your allies will spot for you, so you can get a crossfire for enemy triangles who's sitting in the A4 position, and just like that, DBV getting spotted, and we gave him an 807 damage. I mean, it can work definitely, but also you can get spanked. Trust me, you can get spanked. If someone have some TVS or something, or someone gonna just YOLO from the middle to the one line, you're gonna get spotted and immediately you can get burned for that. We're gonna try to do some blind shots as well, because blind shots I love to do. And just like that, it's already 5-5. Although enemy recovering, so it's gonna be an interesting game, I guess. As soon as I realized that enemy recovering, so I tried to rotate and run back. And DBV, unfortunately, spotting us. He's trying to aim for us. We're aiming for him. He's getting shot. We're shooting him, missing the shot. I don't know what happened, why he didn't shoot me, but that was interesting. He actually saved me. The DBV actually saved me. Distract him. This is really strong. This is really strong. So yeah, instead of standing and holding that position where I got already 2 lads and they're holding it, I decided to actually rotate totally to the middle. Of course, she's getting spotted, obviously we have no chance. So we decide to rotate totally to the middle, which makes sense. And there is an E4 in the middle of open. We're gonna try to take him out from the game, although I was lazy pack and did not wait till I'm gonna get fully aimed. And just like that, the game changed totally. It's already 13-8 and nothing you can do about it. We got stunned for the rest of the game, I guess, because why not? And we're gonna try to give one full shot. Can we make it? Yeah, I went to the tracks. Just like that, we got a bad game. That stun is so cool. And just like that, we got a bad game with 2000 damage and nothing you can do about it sometimes. Although we got assistance, so... Malinovka, the mighty dream of the all triangles. We got a next one, Malinovka. And in this situation, we're gonna use gun rotation, improve aim and rammer. Although I got a better solution. Instead of rammer, I would take it off and I would put vents for better view range and overall. Or instead of vents, optics. Honestly, this tank is good even without rammer, and 750 alpha, you just need to hit your shots, right? If you can't hit your shots, you can get compensation by getting some assistance, right? So yeah, in this situation, we're gonna use this kind of setup, because, I don't know, I just randomly decide to get 100% of this tank, because expectations in this tank is really super low, and overall, I was enjoying marking this tank before. So yeah, the first shot, totally umpu-lumpu, it went to the sky, and nothing we can do about it. Let's blame the bad aim, okay? So we're gonna be a passive. We're not gonna go forwards like crazy, and we're gonna just sit in casual triangle position. I can't turn too quick. And in this situation, we're gonna just chill, and we can talk about the armors. We can talk about field modifications, and for example, we hit that, but no penetration. For example, this tank, as I told you before, has no armors. Although, trust me, you can actually ricochet time to time, and it will work. Trust me, it will work. For example, as you can see, this tank is against Super Conqueror standard rounds, for example. Yeah, so you can clearly see you can side scrape and it will work, or even reverse side scrape, although you can get pen in your butt. But the turret, if you wiggle, can work, right? You will have more chance to ricochet or bounce, and same with the upper plate, it can work as well. So yeah, even if they gonna load the premium rounds, which is APCR, you're gonna have the same situation. You have a chance to ricochet, although the heat rounds, you will be the flat green, trust me. So in kind of theory that actually this tank has armors, it does actually, but you know, it's not 100%, neither 50. If someone gonna spot you, you more likely be ready to get shot. But anyway, it's already 3-3, so it's time to rotate. We got no lightings anymore. Enemy neither have, but they got a batch at. So it's gonna be dangerous what I'm actually gonna try to do now. But we got already 2 shots, so we did our half of the job. So in this situation, as I said, it would be great to have vents or optics. I don't know why I had this setup. I don't know why I have rammer. Maybe it's just Oompa Loompa setup. But yeah. Realizing I have no weave range, realizing I'm not the best pusher or mobility owner, I decided to just chill back and do not push anywhere. That was a blind shot for FV. Probably there could be a chance that we did the blind shot, but who knows. And now we're gonna try to rotate. We're gonna try to get an A position, or should I say A4 position, where we can support our heavies because they're melting really badly. Meanwhile, we're driving there. We were having a few modifications, which I did not complete it once again. Unfortunately, we got 100% too quickly. I know, right? But talking about the field modifications, first one we went for left, as you always, triangle, left. Second one, I did not want to decrease my dispersion and increase my aim time, or opposite. For me, a gun was working, okay? If gun working, why would you use it? Well, that was my opinion, right? So I didn't use nothing on the second one. And the third one, we went for better view range and concealment after fire. You're gonna have only 3%, which is nothing, so I would highly recommend do not take it at all. And then you got last two field modifications, which increase your camo or reverse speed. If you are more passive player, I would go for camo. If you are a brawler, and this tank is, trust me, a really good brawler, I would go for reverse speed. But overall, I would choose none. I know, it's weird, but I would choose none. And the last one you got between DPM and mobility. That is a good shot. I think so. I would go for better mobility, but once again, if you don't use Rammer, that can increase your real time really super long, trust me. And the mobility is not so bad overall. So once again, probably I would choose nothing, but if I would be you, maybe I would go for Rammer. Well, your call, guys, honestly, but I would, for the last two, I would choose nothing. Because for me, the tank works really good. And he hits what you aim. It just take a little bit of time and patience, right? If you're not happy what he's capable with standard equipment, you can go with the tryhard setup, which is gonna increase the tank capabilities twice, I guess. Anyway, we're sitting in the bush. We took our bush and it's 7 to 8. That's a really nasty bush, because to dig out of you from this kind of situation will take a lot of time. And we're gonna try to just sit here. That's all what you have to do. We got a Shadow of Future in the front, which more likely is a medium tank, which probably have TVS, because you have to have TVS in the medium, because it's broken, and OP, because it's broken. But yeah, we're gonna sit in the bush. We're gonna do basically nothing. We're just gonna wait for enemy, and as you can see, Panzer just going piri to the middle of open. We gave him one shot to the side, 739. And so far, if you noticed, we got only low rolls. We got only low rolls. If we're getting spotted from us somehow, we're gonna try to shoot him. We're loading the high explosions, and this is the beauty of high explosions. 1017. We low roll it, but hey, 1000 is 1000, right? Beautiful 1000, and we got, as you can see, 100% as well. With that shot, we got 100% on this tank. Expectation on this tier 10 tank destroyer with 750 alpha is very low. I don't know why. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, the tank is good, to be fair. So yeah, we can hit that as well. That was a pure RNG. I think so. We're supposed to miss that shot, but Pat on the tank received the Pat on the tank shot, because Pat on the tank get used to it. And we're still sitting there. We're not moving our tank at all. We're just moving our turret, and it works perfectly. Trying to shoot the batch at, oh, fortunately, finally, RNG kick in us. And we're missing the shot, and it's 11 to 9. We're changing the game, and we're winning, basically. Already winning. After realizing there is nothing more to do, and enemy actually starts to melt really quickly, we decide to push forwards. 60 DP getting spotted, and snapping us, missing the shot. We gave him 800. He's out from the game. We got 5,000 damage and 1,000 assistance without receiving any shot from enemy. And in my opinion, this tank is quite easy to play. In my opinion, honestly. Just because of fully traversed turret, first thing. And the gun is actually behaves pretty well, honestly, pretty well. Although that shot was totally rubbish, but what you can do? Sometimes it happens, right? Don't forget you got 750 alpha, so it can be derpy, right? But yeah, we got our assistance. Bliskavica getting shredded from our allies. We're pushing forward because we got still full HP. We're gonna donate him. Not. He's getting killed too quickly. And there's the last remaining tank, which is RT. We're gonna try to hunt him down. Unfortunately, Law catching him, and obviously he will take him out from the game with the beautiful Armours. And just like that, we got 5.7 thousand damage and 1.5 thousand resistance. And I'd say that's pretty good. That's really pretty good for this tank. Overall, it took 89 games with 72% win rate, 4.2 thousand average damage, and 500 average assistance to get 100% on Object 268 version 5. I think so. That's pretty good, and the tank is capable to do a lot. I honestly enjoy this tank. This tank is interesting, and the ability of 360 is really huge future, in my opinion, because it's easy to play. That's simple. It's easy to play. You can pick from any angle and you will be protected. And the alpha is great, and obviously the gun is derpy, and you got no armors and you got no gun depression. There is a lot of minuses, but at the same time, there is a lot of pluses. But yeah, that was Object 268 version 5. If you don't trust me, try to get that tank by yourself by getting to the bone store, and you will buy it by yourself. It costs a little bit of bones, but once again, when you get it, you can judge by yourself. And come back to my YouTube video and comment on down below and tell me, am I wrong about this tank or not? Anyway, thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and see you soon. See ya. Bye-bye.